Today we're going to talk about the Brazilians in Japan. I get this question all the time. If you're watching this video, then you probably have wondered at some point, how many Brazilians are there in Japan? What are they doing here? And are they living well or not? I'm a Brazilian who has been living in Japan for almost 8 years. And I post videos about my life here and everything that I find interesting. So if you like this kind of content, please subscribe so you don't miss any of my videos. Well, today, I'm going to answer all of these questions for you. Most of them came here through the new long-term visa program that I talked about earlier. But the sad truth is that many Brazilians also came to Japan through irregular means, especially those who are not descendants of Japanese immigrants. It is estimated that there are between 5,000 and 10,000 Brazilians living in Japan without a visa or with a student visa that allows them to work only part-time jobs. Many of them work in cash-based jobs such as construction and factories. And this is a very delicate issue because technically they should be deported. However, the Japanese government seems to be turning a blind eye to this problem because they need workers and don't want to lose them. According to the Immigration Services Agency of Japan, as of January 2022, there were 4,679 Brazilians in Japan with this special long-term visa. It's important to say that this number does not include the wives and children of Brazilian men who came to Japan with this visa, nor does it include Brazilians who came to Japan to study, do research, or as interns. If you don't know me yet, I'm a Brazilian who has been living in Japan for almost 8 years. Brazilians can come to Japan with a special visa that allows them to stay in Japan for 5 years working for a Japanese company in various sectors such as nursing, manufacturing, and even IT. I see them every day in the streets of Tokyo, and they seem to be doing well. Of course, there will always be people who regret leaving their country and would rather live in Brazil, but most of them seem to be doing well. When it comes to the first group, we don't exactly know how many people there are. Let me know in the comments if you have any other questions about Brazilians in Japan, or if you want me to talk about something else. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Because when they descend from Japanese ancestors, they automatically become Japanese citizens, and they don't need a visa to live and work in Japan. However, we do know that they are concentrated mostly in the North Kanto region and Aichi-ken, which is in the central part of Honshu Island. There is even a particular city called Naka City in Aichi Prefecture, which has a very large community of Brazilians, and they even have a place called Little Brazil. This all began in the early 20th century when many Japanese emigrated to Brazil. Some of them ended up settling in this city, and it became a very large community. This visa was created mainly to solve the labor shortage in Japan, and it has been very successful so far. Let's get started. First of all, most Brazilians in Japan are actually descendants of Japanese people who emigrated to Brazil around 100 years ago. The Japanese came to Brazil mainly to work in the sugarcane fields, and many of them stayed there, had families, and never returned to Japan. That's why most Brazilians of Japanese descent don't speak Japanese at all. I mean, they can speak a little bit, but not enough to have a conversation. My grandmother, for example, she only speaks Portuguese. However, recently, with the new Japanese government's program called Japan's New Long-Term Visa for Foreign Human Resources, when we talk about how many Brazilians are currently living in Japan, we have to consider two different groups: those who are descendants of Japanese immigrants and those who are from Brazil but have nothing to do with Japan. But let's talk about the second group now, those who are from Brazil but have nothing to do with Japan. There are also many Brazilians who have permanent resident status in Japan, which means they can live and work here indefinitely. The good thing is that most Brazilians in Japan seem to be happy with their lives here. That was it for today's video.